The Gypsy King Tyson Fury versus Francis the Predator Ngannou, coming to you live this Saturday from Saudi Arabia. This fight will be for Tyson Fury's WBC and lineal heavyweight championships of the world. Now, what makes this fight so interesting is that this is a crossover fight between boxing and mixed martial arts. And in this edition, we're going to get Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, who is arguably one of the best heavyweights in the boxing world, versus Francis the Predator Ngannou, who is arguably one of the best heavyweights in the mixed martial arts world. So, we're getting the best of both worlds colliding in a boxing ring. So, let's just get straight to it and break down these fighters. We'll start with Tyson Fury. Fury, he's coming into this fight 33-0-1. And that one hiccup on his record, it came to Deontay Wilder, which was, a questionable decision by the judges. A lot of boxing enthusiasts thought that Tyson Fury won that fight, that first fight against Deontay Wilder. And I thought he won myself. I thought he did enough, to secure that victory, but the judges ruled it a draw. Now, since that draw, Tyson Fury has went on to knock out 5 of his last 6 opponents, including Tom Schwartz, 2 knockouts in the last 2 fights of the trilogy with Deontay Wilder. Fury also knocked out Dillian White and Derek Chisora. Otto Wallin was the only fighter to take Tyson Fury the entire distance in those 6 fights since that draw with Deontay Wilder. Now, it is very, very imperative that, when analyzing this fight, that we keep in mind that Francis Ngannou does not have any fights. And Tyson Fury has 34 fights and is the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Tyson Fury is a very massive fighter, and he's going to be stepping into the ring 6'9", basically a giant that can box and move well in the ring. But with his recent, reunion with Sugar Hill Stewart and the Kronk Gym, like I said before, Tyson Fury has knocked out 5 of his last 6 opponents and has been displaying his underrated power. Now, speaking of power, let's talk about Francis the Predator Ngannou, who is arguably one of the most powerful, hard-hitting fighters just alive today. This is what is being said, that Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher that's actually breathing. I'm not quite sure of, the validity of that statement, but we shall see, because his MMA record, he's 17-3 in the octagon, and out of those 17 fights, Francis Ngannou has knocked out 12 of his opponents. Now, that should, show you that, the power is real with Francis Ngannou. Also, Francis Ngannou has 3 losses, on his record, on his mixed martial arts record. And in the mixed martial arts world, a loss isn't as big as it is in the boxing world. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. MMA fighters tend to lose and bounce right back. In boxing, when boxers lose, they go through it. When's the last time you heard from Errol Spence? But back to the fight that we do have at hand. In those victories for Francis Ngannou, he has notable Hall of Fame UFC names such as Cain Velasquez, Steve Miocic, Cyril Gane. These are all great UFC fighters. Junior Dos Santos, all those competitors that I just named will probably be in the UFC Mixed Martial Arts Hall of Fame one day, including Francis Ngannou. Now, when I first got news and got word of this fight, I'm going to be honest, I am a Tyson Fury fan. And I was disappointed to hear that he was going to be fighting Francis Ngannou in a boxing ring when Francis Ngannou does not have any fights. I mean, he's 0-0. And what do you expect him to beat the lineal heavyweight champion of the world its first time in the boxing ring? Especially with this year of 2023 being so active, with all the fighters being so busy with big fights. We had Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. We had Canelo and Charlo. We had Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And then you get news of Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou. Don't we have other things on our plate we're trying to accomplish here with boxing? But now that Tyson Fury and Usyk have signed to fight December 23rd, I love this fight with Francis Ngannou. This has to be, one of the smartest business moves that could have been made, by Tyson Fury, being that what tune-up fight other than Francis Ngannou was out there where Tyson Fury could have made this type of money? I just don't see one, and that's why I do say it's a good fight for Tyson Fury. But before the fight was signed with Usyk, I hated it. So, thank God we got this fight coming to you with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, but I'm looking forward to seeing this lineal heavyweight championship. Now, on to my prediction for this fight. Francis Ngannou is going to come into this bout early, and I think his chances, he got to get something done in the first 3 or 4 rounds in the fight. After that, I think he's pretty much done. He's already going to be outclassed to begin with, but his best chances will be in the first 4 rounds of this fight. But I just think it's too much of a tall task for Francis Ngannou. So my prediction for this fight, there's only one Tyson Fury. And I'm taking the Gypsy King Tyson Fury to take Francis Ngannou into deep waters and drown him. And this fight does not go past 10 rounds. We're taking Tyson Fury by stoppage. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We do appreciate you watching. As always, like, subscribe, protect yourself at all times. We out. Peace.